Hi everybody! This is a video for flute players who want to work on controlling the harmonics of the flute. And what I mean by that is that a lot of notes can be played high or low with the same fingering. So if you are trying to play an F and it's always coming out low for you, or it's always coming out high for you and you want to play a low one, this is meant to work on controlling that. So we're going to start on the head joint, and we're going to be able to play two harmonics on the head joint itself. So we're going to start with a low one that sounds like this, and we're going to play that for 4 beats. So let's do that together. 2, 3. Good. And we're going to do the same thing on the high note of the head joint, which sounds like this. So let's do that together for 4 beats. If you want to take a second and just get that note, just pause it before we do that. So let's do 4 beats on the high note on the head joint. 2, 3. And you'll notice that you need to have a very focused opening and a higher tongue position for the high note, and a more open low tongue for the low note on the head joint. So let's go back to the low note so you can try that, and we're going to tongue 4 notes in quarter notes. So 1, 2, 3. And try tonguing 4 notes on the high note. 2, 3. Good. If you're ready, we'll keep going with the video. We're gonna put the flute together. And that was a very big jump from the low note to the high note on the head joint. It's going to be, we're just gonna deal with an octave on the flute. So we're gonna do a low B flat to a high B flat. So let's play the low B flat with 4 quarter notes tongued. So 2, 3. Good. And let's do the high B flat with 4 quarter notes. 2, 3. Very good. So next we're just going to go down the scale, and we're going to switch to an A. So going down the scale from a B flat is an A. We're going to play 4 low A quarter notes. 2, 3. Let's play the same thing on a high A. So no finger changes, just playing it in the higher harmonic. 2, 3. As you go, keep thinking about the inside shape of your mouth, your throat, your tongue, and the opening here. So let's go to a G, 3 fingers, 2, 3. And the high one, 3, 4. And let's move to an F. This is the lowest of the notes. You need really, really open. 2, 3. And a high F. 2, 3. And if you want, I alluded to it with my little squeak there, I went a little too high in the harmonic series for one of the notes and it popped up. If you want to play a high F, just to try it, it's like the fingers of the other F, but you have to lift up this middle finger and you play up in that high range. Feel free to try that. So that might be the first note that you learn that you can play in 3 octaves. Low, the middle one, and then the high one with that finger up. Let's go back to B flat, and we're going to try to do some octave slurs. So all in one breath, we're going to try to change the note to a high note and then back down. Kind of like a brass iron, if you've heard people do that in your rehearsals. So it's going to sound like this. And my air just kind of went low, and then I made my air go more of a straight across direction, and then I let my air fall to a blowing down toward the ground at the end again. So let's try that together. 2, 3. Good, let's move on to an A and we'll do the same thing we just did. A, 2, 3, wants to keep working on their control of the harmonics on their instrument. And so these two exercises, tonguing the low and high notes and then that slur up and down, are going to be the first place that you should start. So go ahead, practice that, come back to that video if you want, or just memorize what those procedures were for those different exercises, and then take it to your music. Take a piece of music where you've got some high notes that you feel don't always come out the way you want them to, and practice that right after you did this and see if it made a difference. So we're just going to end with some fun on the head joint. We can actually play different notes on the head joint, so I'm going to start by showing you what putting your finger in the end does to the note. So you can try that. And then I'm going to show you on the outside so you can see, but I'm going to put my finger in different amounts in to make mi, re, do, or 3, 2, 1 for hot cross buns. So it'll look like this on the inside and make 3 different notes. So see if you can figure that out. Maybe you can figure out some other songs. There's more notes than just 3 that you can get here. So maybe you can play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or something on it. I don't know if there's enough range for it on that. See what you come up with. Hope that everybody's doing great, and hope that helped you and you can use that in your music. So happy practicing.